Hello everyone, welcome back to my jbird, and this is game 20 of Battle of the Boxes. I'm in black, and this is called jbird to bot 2500. Now, I did use the arrows, the assistants, to play this game, but 16 moves, I didn't use it. I chose my own opening, I played the game, then I had to watch the arrows and continue on the game. And this one's a little more trickier to see, but let's get down to it. E4, E6, D4, A6, C3, D6, F3, H6, D3, D7, castles, E7, and there's your jbird since 1977. After E7, A3, G5. Now this is still all me. I didn't pay attention to no arrows. This is my whole intent right here. And then push these pieces up this way. After G5, D5. Of course I pass E5. No, I know what I'm going to do. It just opened this up. It opened this up. This is excellent. When deep Fritz 8, it looked like this, except I moved the rook lift over here, the DF8. That's my DF8 rook lift right there. Let's see what I do after E5, E3. I bring the knight up. That's all me. That is all me. Still, because I plan on pushing the pieces, I didn't even come over here just to get rid of that bishop. Everything's safe this way, provided. See this, you don't push your pawns until you pass to open up the bishop's lane. I've seen some grandmasters use this my jbird. Well, they didn't know it's a jbird, but they did, and they played a young grandmaster. And I thought, oh wow, look at that. It looks like he's. But what his problem was, you're not supposed to push the pawns. He had his pawns up too far, and then he went into the jbird. It's no good. Except that one game where jbird was late. It was 3,500, but no. This is typically a defensive opening into an offense. Okay, after F6, H3, I push G4, takes G4, takes G4, D2, H5. Of course, I'm going to push that pawn straight down through. My whole intent. After H5, E2, H4, D1, H3, take H3. Obviously, I think this is move 15 now. I use the arrows. Now, I could have took with this, but I don't think that was a good idea. I listened to the arrows at this point to bring my knight back, but now we are threatening the pawn anyway. Okay, after F6, G5, H5, and now, like I said, from this point on, I'm paying attention to the arrows. H4, F4, F4 takes, F4 takes, E5, takes G5, E6, takes E6, takes E6, move out of the way, C6, G6, move over, F8, H5, F3, D3, H4, H1, F6, D5, takes D5, takes D5, takes G6. Now look at this. Wow. This is the stuff you got to see and always remember. You got to remember these kind of things, these kind of moves. You know, he can't take it. If he takes this, you run your bishop here, and it comes with a check. There's nowhere he can go because the bishop's here. and the pawn's here. He's in mate. He can't take it. It's not human. I mean, but you got to see this stuff to actually perform it yourself. It just helps in some kind of way. I don't want to do memorization. My memorization was I play the same game over and over until I know where I'm supposed to move the moves without knowing why I have to make them moves. And then just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. No, I have to move here. I know that I have to move here. And then until I beat the game. And then go back and have it solid in my head, just like I did with Deep Fritz 8. And I'm walking around and know how to beat Deep Fritz 8, my head back then. Well, this is what happens when you start playing programs at these different ELOs. That's what happens. You keep playing it until you do it. But then sometimes you end up playing the same game over and over, and then it ain't no fun. And it wears you out, too, because the programs do change. You got to shut it off or play other games and then come back and then look at your game that you got in your database that you got to keep memorizing until you go back until he plays it, and then you get him. Okay, after G6, F3, F6, takes B7, H5, C8, G7. I'm paying attention to the arrows, but I'm picking and choosing my arrows along the way too. After G7, C7, D7, and it makes sense. Well, why do that? Well, you got to get this rook out of here. You can't, you know what I mean? You got to get the rook out. After D7, H6, H6, F7, but now comes your check, F2, G2, G5 check. See, you make the sacrifices. See, and it kind of reminds me of a blitz game where I got to give up pieces and I'm chasing him down and trying to find the checkmate. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. You know, after F2, H2 check, F3, H3, F2, G3, E2, and that's mate. Let's go back. Oh, it's still possible. I mean, without using the assistance and anything, I can only go up to 2200. I'm still working on just beating it without memorization. So in the past, when you see I got higher ELOs, that's because I'm playing game after game, doing heavy study, memorizing that particular game and playing it until I get it. I just can't go back right now, and even though I did that before, it starts all over again with your memorization. It's like you can't do that because you're playing other games. Or you go and play a blitz game and you can't even win a 3-minute blitz, but yet you can go beat a program. It's crazy. So I said no more memorization. I'm not doing it. I'm just playing. I'm either using the arrows or I'm playing to take what I got and learn and just keep going until I get there. And there you have it. Okay, thanks for stopping by. We're going to have some more Battle of the Boxes.